Hi, Bill Sigline from the CSO Breakfast Club with another industry news update and analysis. This week in the news, a Forrester analyst talked about a new zero trust network security model. His argument is that the introduction of the complex environment of cloud computing and virtualization have made the traditional three-tier model kind of obsolete, and I tend to agree with it. The analyst's concept involves the idea of a really big black box, like a 10 gigabit speed black box, that incorporates the traditional features of a unified threat management box, which of course includes firewall, anti-spam, and a few other features. And then he says they would add to that IPS and content filtering and encryption, and also data loss prevention. My concern is I think that's a lot of functionality in a single box. It's at a gateway, and even at 10 gigabit speeds, I'm not sure that that's the solution. I like the idea that Forrester is pushing ahead with the concept for a new model. I think we need that with the introduction of cloud computing. So let's just keep our pulse on that. I'd like to hear from members what they think about this future zero trust security model for the network. Our next article relates to disaster recovery and business continuity planning. CDW, which many of you are very familiar with, conducted a survey. It revealed that 82% of companies in that survey said that they felt that their BC and DR solutions were up to speed and that their plans were tested and ready to go. Yet, in fact, 97% of them had said that they had a severe outage that cost them a significant amount of money. So they're sort of out of touch with reality. What they think is true is a little bit different. Ultimately, what they say, what many of us also believe, is you have to test those plans frequently and bring them up to speed. One of the things I find interesting about our members across the 8 chapters is that not many of them have BC and DR responsibilities. Typically that's in another group. But for those of us who do have BC and DR responsibilities, I'd be curious to hear how you're keeping your plans fresh and up to date and making sure that they're sufficient. It turns out that 32% of those respondents said a power outage was the #1 cause of a severe disruption for them. So I thought that was interesting. Zeus, Trojan, back in the news again. Federal prosecutors up in New York charged a whole handful, about 60 people, for their role in funneling funds outside the United States from accounts that money had been funneled into. That, of course, was a Zeus banking Trojan that caused that. Most of the people that were arrested, interestingly enough, were from the Russian Federation, Belarus, Ukraine, and a couple other Eastern European countries. They were here mostly on student visas, and most of them were recruited, interestingly enough, through Facebook and other social media sites. So I thought that was interesting. If you guys were targets of that and you're willing to share that with the group, we'd be interested in hearing that during one of the closed-door sessions coming up. So when we think about this type of attack, the Zeus attack, it really concerns me on multiple levels. I was fortunate enough to attend a breakfast the other day. I sat with Governor Tom Ridge, the former Secretary of Homeland Security, and J.R. Smith, who's the CEO of the antivirus company called AVG. And at that limited breakfast, one of the things we discussed was how are we reaching these end users who are really unsuspicious? They have no clue that their machines are part of a botnet. Of course, the Zeus botnet, they think, incorporates hundreds of thousands of machines across the globe, targeting thousands of banks. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts. How are we going to tackle this problem when end users are really unaware? One of the things we came up with at that breakfast was you have to make it completely automatic and not require any end user intervention if possible. And of course, awareness is important. On the events front, let's talk about our upcoming events. As a reminder, we start our final breakfast series this week here in Baltimore and DC, and then we move to our other 6 cities. The topic is data loss prevention and endpoint protection. First time this year, we're really focusing on a technology type of solution. We have a host of great speakers, and we have some members who are volunteering to talk during the closed-door sessions. So if you haven't gotten to the website, please make sure you get there, register for one of the breakfasts, and attend one in your local city. Also, if you're in the healthcare sector, don't forget October 28th is our 2nd annual Healthcare Information Security Summit. That will be held at the Cira Center in downtown Philadelphia, right next to the train station. We are extending the discounted registration up through October 14th, so you can save $20, so please go to the website and do that today. Looking forward to seeing you all in just a few weeks. We'll be on the road starting next week. Thank you so much.